Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Just a quick video. So recently I've been speaking all about tears. Yeah. We'll put it this way, how do you know a tear? There is one way to know a tear. If that person gets offended by truth. You know, anything scriptural. If someone is speaking truth, if someone is speaking God, and that person gets offended, then they're a tear. Well, if it keeps on happening, then they're a tear. Because someone who belongs to God will recognize and love what is his. So they will love the truth. They won't hate it, they will love it. Those who get offended by the truth, say like the person who gives the thumbs down. The person who gives the thumbs down gets offended by videos that speak about character, that speak about, you know, what we're doing that's wrong and what we need to do that's right. So therefore it's saying that what we're doing is wrong, and of course, no, that's offensive to that person. Even something talking about what God is saying right now, what God is doing right now, and yeah, talking about tears and stuff like that, that person will give a thumbs down to because they don't like the message. It's offensive. So look, I mean, realistically, if you don't understand that about tears, what would be the purpose of the devil sowing tears into the church? To help the church to be successful? Obviously not. So tears are against God's will and God's way. So they will promote things that are according to the world. So when you have ministers promoting, you know, this encouraging, you know, thing, to say something that's encouraging. You know, don't say anything that could be offensive. To say something that's encouraging. That's tear. That isn't God. Now, this is how I knew that. I didn't know that these people were tears, but so I knew that they weren't of God. When Manuel was saying he won't speak about this, and this, it was obvious. This isn't God. This isn't God. Because Yeshua spoke about all those things. Yeah, when Peter did something that was stupid, Yeshua addressed that. Spoke about it. When the established church did something, Yeshua spoke about that. He called out the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and all of that, didn't he? He called out all of it. And yet, yeah, in today's Pentecostal churches, they're saying we won't speak about this, and this. Yeah, that's and when they give healing to the world, yeah, I'm sorry, that isn't God. That's tear. You're being led by tears. Well, place upstairs and a person has moved in now with 2 dogs, so that could be noisy at times. Okay, push on. Anyway, so yeah, well, as I say, I mean, look, why would the church want tears, and why would they want tears to be in control? The devil's been setting this up for a long time. For a long time. The devil's been putting tears into the church ever since the church was first created. Right? I mean, the Catholic Church is a massive tear. Now, there are, you know, bits of wheat in that church, but generally speaking, it's mainly tear. The devil knows what he's doing. And when he saw the church looking at what they needed to do to change things in the 60s, 70s, and the fact that they were looking at, you know, how things are done in college, and, you know, how speakers of the world are trained, and how they do their things, the devil knew, gotcha. Yeah, it's like even Sunday school teaching. Yeah, what does the church look at for that? Someone who is trained by God, No. Generally speaking, church will look at someone who is a school teacher. But that's someone who's trained by the world to teach according to the world. You're bringing that into the church. Everything in the church is certainly most of the way the church is doing things is of the world. So of course, when something of the world, or someone of the world, should we say, a tear, is presented as your possible new leader, they fit in line with everything you're doing already. If you had someone who was of God coming in to, well, for example, the Community Church of God, the Pentecostal church that Manuel was in charge of, the new minister, yeah, it was unlikely he was going to be of God. The reason why is because if someone is of God who is presented as a new pastor or minister of that church, that person would first of all say, well, hold it, we've got to change that, 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 we've got to change that. And what are the people in the church going to say? No. If they've got someone coming in and saying, we've got to change that, and then they've got the bloke who's there right now, who they did take on, saying, oh, I'm not going to change anything. Who are they going to take? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the situation of tares is serious, and it's been ongoing for a long time. So since the early church, and yeah. But again, this was something that God knew would happen. Those who have understanding understand. But I've had so many examples where I've come across tares, and you know them. I just realised, yeah, you know them. As soon as you come across them, you know them because you know that they get seriously offended by anything that's of God. That's why I say the church I'm in right now is nice, because you speak about God and your relationship with God, and people are interested in that. Yeah. And that's good. That's nice, you like that, that's good. So, yeah. Although, no. What their motive is for that, I don't know. That's another thing. That's something that you find out in time. But, yeah. But certainly in most European churches, you won't find people after the service wanting to talk about your view of God and all of that, or even what you think about the service. That they will ask you what you think about the service if they've not seen it before, but what they want you to say is, oh, it's lovely. They don't want you to actually give a proper critique of it, because they don't really want to learn. And that's tear. Anyone who's of God actually wants wants your opinion on that, because they want to know what you're of. They also want to know whether they're right in what they see. So anyway, there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing. Be blessed. Bye bye.